So hi hello everyone, in this particular video we'll be talking about Python data engineering questions, and it is interview questions of data engineering. Basically this is a part 1 of the video. It will be bit long, bit more explanatory, and I'll be giving you these questions also. I'll be writing in front of you only, and what are the perspective of a interviewer and the candidate, how to answer these, and what interviewer wants to listen to you, because I have been taking many interviews also. I have been working in this field. Hi, my name is Anurag Srivastava. I have been working in data engineering field for about 5 years, and like it has been a great journey. Other than that, I am a certified Databricks data engineer, professional data engineer, and working right now as a remote senior data engineer. So I think so I am a good person to guide you on this topic and guide you on this part. So let's start with this thing, and let's go to our screen. As you can see on my screen here, so basically these are the questions, and I am using Databricks free edition. You can also use directly, go and enroll, and directly you can use. I have made videos on this, so if you have any confusions, you can find it on the channel only. Okay, other than that, I'll be making everything from scratch, and this guide, whatever I'll be writing, it is being pushed on the GitHub itself. I have linked this thing to my GitHub, and here this is the repository. This repository link will be given to you, and directly in this repository only, whatever we are going to discuss, whatever we are going to talk about, all the things, questions, answers, perspective, everything will be there in this particular repository only. So take it from here. So let's talk about the things. And before starting, we have set up everything, we have created out this thing. And if you don't know about Databricks is a unified platform where you can like a data engineer, a data scientist, a data analyst, everyone can come in and work. And you get, in this particular thing, you get a serverless compute directly from where you can use it for free. And just directly we'll test it out first. We'll print this only, whatever is written here, we'll print it out so that we come to know that my server is running and all fine. Just I'll run this. It is a Python command normal. It should print. It will start my serverless compute, and it has printed. Okay, everything is fine. So let's start. I'll be I have a document, and I'll be trying to explain you one by one. This is my first topic. Okay, this is my topic, first one, that is large file ingestion, generators versus list. The question, I'll be copy pasting the question first, then I'll trying to explain you what exactly interviewer means about this and what exactly you need to do. Okay, this is the interview question here, and this is the answer here. Okay, not answer, this is a question, okay. The question is basically it is in context to large ingestion of the files and how exactly it needs to be, and these are the practical questions that exactly will be asked to you in the interviews also. So be ready with these things, otherwise what will happen, you will be not able to answer these things. Okay, the question is, you are ingesting 50 GB of the application log file in the Python, and you only need to filter out error records before loading. Like, you are getting some application logs, and in that logs there are some errors, which records that are giving errors. Okay, so you need to fetch those records only into the bronze layer. And if you read the entire, and what is happening right now, data engineer has came in and they have written their particular this thing, and right now what is happening, when they are reading the entire file into the list, the job crashes due to memory issues. Definitely it will crash. So what is the solution to it, and how to solve this in Python, how exactly you will be able to do? So answer, the basically first thing, whenever you are working with a file, okay, application log, try to whenever you try to import everything at once, like 50 GB, 100 GB, 200 GB of application, because application log, mostly what happens, it bloats up, and at a point will come where you are not able to load those things. Okay, so at that particular point, what you will do, you will try to narrow down the things. How? Basically there are two topics to it. That is, first one is generators, and second thing is list. Okay, generator and list, very very important. Right now what person is trying to do, read the entire file into a list. That is a problem. Okay, so basically what will be the answer to it? The answer will be what you can do, basically, that there will be, firstly, the issues is due to the memory consumption. Okay, so you'll try to narrow down that only. When we read a file into a list file, so all the records whatever are present will come into the memory. That is a problem, that is the issue right now. That is a problem, because he or she is trying to load everything into a list. That is a problem. So how you can do that in data engineering? If the file size increases, you must process one record at a time and then generate, and it allows you to do a lazy evaluation. Try to leverage those things. Okay, so use generators like yield you can use, or for loop you can use. Okay, so directly what you will do, you will try to, suppose your application, I'll write the code here. Okay, what he will try to do. So basically I'll define a function here and I'll say as read logs. Okay, the name will be read logs. The name of this function will be read logs, and what this function will try to do, it will try to open your file first. Okay, whatever is your open file, like path it will get, and this will be passed as a parameter here, whatever. Okay, suppose the path is basically the variable, the parameter that is getting the at which file path at which place your application log is present. So directly it will come in here, and directly you will say I want to read it in the read mode, and directly as a file as f also I can say, and directly it will act as a loop. And here basically what you will do, you will try to run your for loop now. Okay, so for line in f, like this you will write for line in f, and directly I'll write the yield will be there. Yield is basically what it does, it helps you, it is a generator firstly, and it will help you to process one record at a time. It will not load entire record at once, it will try to process your one record at a time. That is the advantage of using yield, and this will solve your purpose. That is, and after this what I'll do inside this, basically error logs is equal to, I'll say it as log, I'll write in the list this one comprehension, list comprehension, I'll write log for log in read log. I'll call this particular function here, this function, and I'll pass the path. The path will be app.log. Suppose the name of the log file is app.log. So if there is an error, this is what I need to find in log. Okay, if there is an error in log, then only that will store into the error logs directly, and for log in error logs, that's it. You need to print it out if you are getting the like for log in error log. So basically what it will help you, it will act as a, what it will act as, it will act as your this thing, streaming job, something like a streaming job, where one by one it is reading the line, and it is finding out that this is having the error or not, and then it is giving you. So this helps you because it runs one by one rather than importing everything in a list and generating. That will be a problem when the application, the app.log will bloat up, like it will have a huge size. Definitely this will help you. So basically this will prevent the out of memory issues. It will work like a streaming job inside your batch jobs. Okay, like a streaming, like just it will replicate a streaming job in your batch jobs also, and it will whenever you are using heavy ingestion on the pipelines, so at that time it will help you. So generators allow memory efficient processing, pre-processing. It will do your processing for the large data set by loading the records lazily. Okay, so this is an optimization technique, and this is how you will solve the out of memory this thing. Okay, so this is how I explain the things, and it will be a bit longer, and I'll try to help you like this only, and it will help you. And if you want to learn about data engineering from scratch, from zero, we have bootcamp on that, DataX end-to-end data engineering bootcamp, where we have so many people who have got offers. There are so many people who connect, and like a proper platform is there of DataX. I'll just showcase you, and we have dropped the price of it also. Previously it was about 7,000 rupees, and we have dropped the price here to 3,499 rupees. And basically this is of 100 hours of content is there, and about 18-19 modules are there, and we keep on adding projects, we keep on adding the things. Definitely there the most of the part is recorded directly. You can go at your pace only, you can just go, you can practice the things, you can watch the videos, you can quizzes are there, assignments are there. Other than that, we do live session, Q&A sessions are also there, and live session is also there on the weekend. So we talk about latest interview trends and things that it will help you a lot. So this is the whole program about, and there are so many people who have got placed. So definitely you can leverage this, and you get enrolled if you want to learn about data engineering from scratch from me. So definitely this is one. Apart from that, we have Discord community, we have WhatsApp community. Directly any issues, any problems, you can reach out on that. So this is just if you want to enroll, link is in the description with the coupon code also, just for the YouTube family. You can just take the advantage of it. Other than that, let's talk about the second question. That the question is all about schema builder plug. Basically I'll talk about the question first, then we'll talk about the things. Okay, so I'll just paste this question here and paste my interview question also, so that it's easy for you to refer and see. ठीक है, दिस विल बी इन बोल्ड, इसको बोल्ड कर देते हैं एंड विल रिमूव द डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमास एंड विल टॉक अबाउट दिस. सो बेसिकली यू आर द क्वेश्चन इज it is of schema builder plug and mutable default arguments that is there, it is on that. So basically you are writing a reusable. If you want to learn these things from scratch, we have everything in our bootcamp. So from the scratch, from the zero, you will be learning about SQL, Python, data modeling, PySpark, big data, pandas, everything is there, cloud, everything is there. So definitely you will be like getting all the knowledge from there. So if you want to learn, you can go with that. So you are writing a reusable Python function to dynamically build a list of columns for transformation. ठीक है, you are just एक function you are writing and in that it is helping you to get the list of the columns for the transformation. This function is called multiple times in the same pipeline run. However, the columns from the previous runs keep appearing unexpectedly. What is wrong in the code? I'll show you the code first. What is the problem? You tell like try to guess it out and we will paste it out. Right now this is your code, that is add column. A function is there of add column and a column is there and by default the columns we are providing it as like empty. ठीक है, I want a calls this thing where it is empty and like this we are adding it. So basically what can be a problem in this? So mostly in Python what happens basically, so in Python default arguments are evaluated only once. When it like in Python what happens, default, this is a default argument, right? The calls is the default argument because we are also giving the argument as empty list here. So basically whenever a function call will be there, it is not necessary to pass this, so it will be evaluated only once. That is a problem to it. And what happens when the function is defined and not each time when it is called, that is the problem here. So what is happening basically when you, I'll show you, ठीक है, when we run this, firstly I need to run this, then I'll run this. Okay, so it is adding like this. Okay, so as you can see, this is a problem. When we are trying to add the column to the list, it is appending both the text. I don't want like that. I want to return only the columns at once. So what is a fix for it? So we can fix, how we can fix basically, I'll write, this is a bug code. I'll just give a comment also, hashtag, not this hashtag, bug code, and this is the bug code value. Here also I'll write it on this, not bud, it's bug, it's bug code, and bug code output function call, something like that. ठीक है, I'm just writing for the reference, if you can refer. And if I'll go to main, the advantage of using Databricks is this only, you directly get an option and directly you can push everything. First part 1 Python questions, and I have pushed this much, and directly when you will go on this one GitHub, just refresh it out, you will be seeing the latest record here, and directly you can just leverage it, directly download it, or you can also import it. It is in IPNB file, so in Jupyter Notebook also it works. Otherwise you can practice it from here also. GitHub also helps you to see these things like this. Okay, so that is also there. Okay, let's talk about this thing, that is how to fix this code. This code is that this is having the bug. The bug is basically that you are getting a list one by one, it is appending, because at once it is the default argument that we have given, the calls is equal to this thing here, that is just giving you, I'll just copy this, copy paste. So this is just getting evaluated at once, only once, एक बार just evaluate हो रहा है, and that is a problem. So how we can sort it out? So basically writing directly like this, we will say at first whenever the program starts, we will see that is empty, is none. That is if our like calls, the calls list is not having anything, so we will define this as empty list. ठीक है, then only we'll just write these two lines. And just we will try out now again. We will try out now again. A function call is done, and directly when we call it, this is how it looks like. So basically this helps you, what it helps you to append, like basically if you print the calls, you have added the column and we'll try to print the calls. Actually calls will not be this thing, and directly we are returning, we'll try to print it, because it is getting returned directly. So basically as you can see, it is getting appended, but in the previous one you will see the difference now. When we are running the previous one, like see, you can see the difference. You can see the difference. What is happening? It is getting printed two times this one. When we are printing the last this one, it is getting printed 2 times. That is a problem. That is an issue. That's why we have defined it as none. How many times you run, it will be appended one by one and directly, you need to clear it off, and one by one it will be helping you to this thing. That is a difference between the previous one and one. What happens, why it matters in data engineering, why this thing I am explaining you, and it is an important interview question. Why? Because schema generation is happening. Next thing, config based, if you are config based pipelines you are running, at that point also these kind of issues you will get, and you have to define like this if else statement so that your code is robust and reusable utilities. If you want to run directly, you can call this directly and you can use it off. So in interviews, mutable default arguments cause the shared state and unpredictable pipeline behavior because of this. So you can sort that thing. Okay? So this is also like, this will also go in the same thing. We'll try to show you the third one we'll talk about. Third one, this video can be longer because this is having all the information, all the things. So if you want to learn about these things directly, DataX Bootcamp is there. Directly go to our DataX Bootcamp, directly get enrolled, directly tap on this thing. When you will tap directly, there is our coupon code also. When you go on this, tap on register today, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting everything. You will be getting everything from where you can enroll. You can see that you have just enter your mobile number, try to enter your WhatsApp mobile number, because you will be getting added to the WhatsApp groups also, and Discord links also you will be getting, and directly give the YTFAM, that is our coupon code as of now, and you can get extra 400 rupees ka savings, and this is the most affordable this thing. If you want to know the details, I have linked the video link also of this thing, details of the like DataX Bootcamp, where you will be getting. Okay, let's talk about the next thing, that is shallow copy issues. Right, many times what happens, we use shallow copy and clone, like shallow copy and deep copy. Two kind of concepts are there, very very important when we are doing bronze to silver transformation or bronze to silver copy. So basically the interview question, I'll just paste the interview question also so that you have a better reference of the things. Okay, so our question is basically, that is, you load a record into the bronze layer, okay, copy them and enrich them into the silver layer. That is how it happens. But after a transformation, you notice that the bronze data has also changed, like bronze data is also getting changed. Here is the code and what is happening. So basically I'll paste the code also. This is the code. What is happening here, that there is a list of dictionary, that is ID is there, tag is there. Okay, and what is happening, if we are in the silver layer, we are copying it in the record, like in the silver list we are creating, and we are copying the records directly to this one. So basically what happens is, in the silver directly we try to create this thing tag, and directly try to append our processed this thing, new processed, and directly the tags also we are trying to process for the 0th this thing. Okay, we are trying to process it. So what happens is, what is the problem? Firstly, try to evaluate the problem, try to understand it. Right now what is happening, the code, this thing also getting changed, the bronze layer is also getting changed when we try to copy the things into the silver layer. Okay, that is a problem. If I try to run it and I try to see our record also, you can see that our bronze is also getting changed when we try to copy and try to do the things on the silver also. Okay, records on the silver, if you'll do directly on the silver also it is same, and in the bronze also it is same. That is not a correct way to do it. So what is the problem? It is getting because of shallow copy. So the copy creates dot copy, what we are using it right now in data engineering interviews, many times it is asked. Shallow copy and deep copy, these two concepts are very very important. Deep copy and shallow copy, how you can fix it? It is because of dot copy. What is happening? Dot copy creates it is doing a shallow copy here. Okay, what is shallow copy? It is meaning that nested objects still reference to the same memory. Whatever you are referencing, you did a copy, but when you do a changes into the silver layer, it is getting replicated on the bronze also. Why it is happening? Because this is referencing to the same memory it is referencing, because it is a shallow copy. So when you modify the silver data, it is getting modified in the bronze also. So much of problem, so much of blunder it is in the pipeline, so much of issues will come because the bronze data is also getting manipulated. So how you can fix it? Directly you can just import the copy, import copy, and you can do a deep copy. Like you can do like this, silver is equal to, I'll say copy dot deep copy. And what I want to copy? I want to copy the records here, and I'll showcase you the difference of it. We will do a terminate session, new session. I'll do and new session so that it doesn't have your value. And I'll do a reference of this one, and we will do this same shallow copy, deep copy I did, and after that I am trying to add some this value here. So we'll see a difference. We'll try to print a record here, and we'll try to print a silver also, both of the things. You can see a difference here. So basically what is happening now, our like your source and destination both are different, because now we are doing a deep copy. That is a very big issue if you use a shallow copy, because you are referencing to the previous memory only. So if you do changes in your future things also, metadata is referencing to your previous memory, so the previous things will also get changed. That is a very big blunder, because in the medallion architecture, when we use a medallion architecture, most of the time silver, bronze, silver and gold, these kind of architecture only we use. So at that point, data lineage issues will come, data auditing problems will come. It will do when you do a deep copy, it will be safer in reprocessing. If you want to do a reprocess, something went wrong in the silver, you want to copy the things again from bronze to silver, so that there will be a backup of things always. So shallow copy shares the references, deep copy isolates the data across the layers. It will create a new set of things, new memory, but shallow copy will reference to a previous thing only. That's that thing. Okay, so that was the shallow and deep copy, very important. Okay, next thing let's talk about, that is your generic execution. It is a pipeline execution that we will talk about. That is the fourth one. So it is a generic pipeline execution. You might have heard about star ARGS and star KWRGS. What is the meaning between these two? And we'll try to paste the question first, because we will not write the question at that time only. So that's why I'm creating this notebook also on go, so that it's helpful for you also. So you are building a Python pipeline framework, where different transformation steps receive different parameters. Okay, how do you design a generic executor, like a generic executor that supports a flexible input? So you are building a pipeline framework where different transformation steps, different type of arguments, because many times what will happen, you will have a function, and in that pipeline only you will be using those kind of functions. Okay, pipeline में use कर रहा हूँ. At that point what is happening, one particular function is giving you 3 parameters, another will give you 4 parameters. That kind of things will come in. So how you can design a generic executor that supports a flexible inputs? Okay, what you will do. So basically that is how it helps ARGS and star KWRGS. It allows you to pass variable parameters, like dynamically. It happens dynamically. It helps you to make sure that you can use. I'll paste the answer also, like I'll just paste the answer also. It helps you, it will be helpful for you. Yahan pe it is an answer explanation for you. That is KRGS and ARGS. It will be passing you different kind of dynamic. It helps you to write the dynamic this thing. And if I like write the code also here. So here what you will do, here basically we are creating two of the this thing, ARGS and KWRGS. So basically you can pass multiple inputs, multiple parameters. So you can use this in your Airflow operators, you can use this in Databricks workflows, you can use this in your config driven pipelines. If you want to create config driven 5 parameter use karo, 5 parameters you can pass, 10 parameters at a time dynamically, because it is happening dynamically. So ARGS and KWARGS, that is star KWARGS, it enables flexible and reusable pipeline components. You don't need to worry about writing, like for this particular function only 3 parameters will be accepted, 4 parameters will be accepted. This can be done, this can be solved using this particular thing. Okay, so that helps you. Other than that, let's talk about the fifth one. Okay, fifth one, our fifth input failure that happens basically This is the question. The question is basically retry failure. This is a very, very big issue whenever you are working on the pipeline, whenever you are working on the live environment on the pipeline. Many times what happens that your failure issues, how you will handle those failure issues. So you can take as workflows, you can take as just Airflow task I have written, but you can assume it as any type of ETL jobs, ETL orchestration tool you are working with. Airflow is also an orchestration tool, so don't treat it as a very different entity. There are so many tools out there of orchestration. You can use or relate this to any kind of, if you have worked with workflows, if you have worked with ADF, Composer, any type of workflows, this thing you can relate to that. That is, your workflow task fails after writing partial data and then retries, like partial data it has written and then a retry command is there. How will you design your Python this thing ETL so that it doesn't create duplicate record? How? Because it is doing a retries, maybe duplicate records are coming. Partial data it has written and then again it is trying to retry the thing, so it will try to retry from the start again. So how you will try to handle those duplicate records? Kaise you will try to handle it? That is, this problem will be solved by idempotent. Okay, idempotent is a technique that it is a job that produces the same result even if executed multiple times. Okay, if you run one time, again you run 2 times, 3 times, it will generate the same result. It is an idempotent job. We will call it as idempotent job. That is, first time I ran, same kind of result. Second time I ran, again same kind of result it will generate. So that type of this thing, multiple retries, if you add ki execute, if it executes after one failure, it will re-execute again, after one failure it will re-execute again. So that is the multiple times it is failing and multiple times it is executing, so there will be no problems to it. So the code pattern will look like, we will use idempotent is basically, this is how the code pattern will look like. I'll just write the code also. This is how the code is basically. So at this time we are trying to open it again and again. Here we can see now you are writing the data, opening the path of the file, writing and rows are passed. So that rows are getting, like in that path .tmp file is getting created and we are opening that tmp file in the write mode and directly writing our string, whatever string we are getting, that we are trying to write, and it is getting replaced with the final. So that is called as idempotent pipeline. So basically it will be, why it matters, at the point where you are trying to do a retries, you are trying to do backfills, okay, at the point, because backfills, what happens, backfills means you are trying to reload the things again and again. So it will not help, it will not create duplicate records. That is the biggest problems will be solved, and failure recovery it is happening. So again it will run and it is not adding any duplicate record, so don't need to worry about that thing. So idempotent pipelines prevent duplicates during the retries. When you are doing a retries, then it will help you idempotent. Try to like remember that name, idempotent pipeline. That is very, very important thing. Okay. So how much time it has been? 28 minutes. Okay, so we'll try to cover it off now, and one more question we'll try, and we'll cover rest in the second part, because this video will be very, very long. I don't want to make this very, very long because I want to make it crisp, and most of the things we have talked about, that is on the data engineering part. Okay, data engineering, this thing, that is very, very important, and definitely. Okay, so let's answer the question explanation like this thing. Next one, that is data partition bug. Many times this type of problems will come in. Okay, this is a markdown text and question I'll add, and this is the question here, and we'll remove this double inverted commas. Okay, so your pipeline partition day by day, data by date, your partitions your data by date pe partition you are doing on the pipeline, but the records appear in the wrong partition depending on the server time zone. That is a great question, because how you can fix this? So at that time, how you can fix, because what happens, date partition pe you are doing the things, but the server time zones are also different as compared to the, you are saving your this thing, your pipeline is writing, your code is writing the things on a different time zone. Your server time zones are different, because maybe a server is getting hosted at a different place, maybe in India it is, and your code is getting written right now, a person is writing your code and it is getting evaluated somewhere in any other area or any other country. So basically what happens, and this is the issue occurs due to the native data times. We must always use time zones aware timestamps. Always try to hard code those things, right? Like in the code only, not hard code. Try to make your code so much relevant, so much this thing, so it will be helpful. So this is due to the native time zones. So basically how to correct the code. So code, what you'll write, firstly you'll try to import your date time. From date time, import date time comma time zone. This will try to import. Next thing, we'll run it off once, and then in this only we will say date time dot now. Now when you will print, this is the problem, it will show you some of this thing that is not right now. 5:33 it is showing, and right now my time you can see 11:03 it is there. So basically I'll try to match this off with my this thing, time zone dot utc, and then we'll run it again. And now it will show you some of this thing, that is in which time zone it is. Okay, it will showcase you this time zone also, so you can use this time zone. Like you can also add, it will always use time zone aware data times to avoid the partitioning errors. If like the server and this thing will match, now the server issues, what is that server, it will match your server time zones also. Okay, so that is a very big problem that is getting solved here. So this was all about the video. Thank you so much for watching it. If you want to learn about data engineering from the scratch, from the zero, so this is the video to it, and just go and learn about the DataX, like DataX Bootcamp end-to-end thing is there. And definitely try to, if you are enrolled directly, you can just refer this to your friends, because we have we help on how to get a job, how to learn about the thing, that is also very important. So we have pushed it on the reference in the description. You will get this notebook also, pushed part 1 pushed. So this was our video. Thank you so much for watching it, and Jai Hind, bye bye.